The title is hard for me to pronounce, so I'm gonna call it Caine's Karma, because that's what this episode's concept is. Caine finally getting his consequence. We first get a few minutes of, I honestly don't know what to call it at this point, before getting a flashback of all of the previous guests talking with Caine before Ragza, Zubul, Gangle, Pomni, and Jax came into the picture. And in that flashback, it is confirmed that Kinger is the one who lasted the longest in the circus. And in that flashback, we finally get to see Queenie and her and Kinger together. Too bad Caine abstracted her after seeing him and throw her in the cell after she abstracted once we get to another flashback. My heart broke in to see Kinger sad. After a few minutes of Kinger roaming around in the circus, Rakasa appeared, and her reaction to it is the same reaction that Pomni have, but thankfully her father was there to comfort and try to help her feel better, which is super cute and heartwarming. We then get to the present, where the cast are in the living room, still extremely affected by Caine's prank from last episode, trying to process what have happened. Then Jax, being the mood killer that he is, tries to pour more salt into everyone's wounds by using the "I told you so" card on them. And Zubul rightfully tells him to shut his bitch ass up.
I hate to say it, guys, but I told
you. Do not even f***ing begin to say that sentence like you didn't try to keep us all trapped here forever.
Anything could happen when you press those buttons. It doesn't matter.
It seemed to matter back when you did it. What if you did ruin our one chance at leaving?
Oh, but Jax was right about the escape the circus prank. Right or not, Jax is still a mood killer for trying to say that when the rest of the cast are still trying to process what have happened last episode, and Zubul's crash out is extremely valid. Yes, Jax wasn't in the right state of mind when he pushed the red button, but at the same time, Zubul isn't wrong for what they said into Jax. Besides, they have dreams and goals, and being stuck in this circus has ruined their chances at achieving them. So I do not blame them for getting pissed off at Jax. I cried when Gangle told her partner that she loves them and told them how much they mean to her. I even cried when Zubul cried, and when this loving couple hugged each other. I love this couple so much. These two mean so much to me. As for these lines here, they felt forced in my opinion. Gooseworks, respectfully, Jax deserves no forgiveness, like at all. He bullied Gangle, acts ungrateful towards Rakasa, throws a bowling ball at Kinger, mocked Kaufmo for abstracting, forced Gangle to drive at you-know-what point, and blamed her for the truck and crashing, threw Pomni out of a truck, breaks Gangle's mask on purpose, mocked Pomni for hating horror-related shit, threw Rakasa in hot oil, told Gangle that he likes her better when she's sad, continued to treat Gangle like shit, threw Gangle's mask in the scary door, mocked Zubul for being non-binary, laughed at the idea of Gangle committing suicide while joking about suicide, S.A.'d Pomni, planned to hurt Gangle over her wanting to team up with her lover Zubul, asked this question that is pure rage bait, used Pomni in episode 6, almost made Pomni kill herself, broke Pomni's heart. I could go on. So yeah, Jax deserves no forgiveness at all, and I'm staying on that hill until I die. And speaking of irredeemable fuckers, we then get to Caine, where he just whines, complains, and bitches about everyone not liking his adventures and throws a tantrum like a child. Like, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for the same jackass who uses his adventures to torture his guests, killed Gummy Goo right in front of Pomni while making an asshole excuse for doing that, acts dismissive towards Zubul and their feelings, calls his guests creepy fetishy names, then throws a hissy fit over nobody rightfully likes in his adventures and or gives them valid criticism and fucks up everyone's hopes of possibly escaping in the worst way possible. And I don't want to hear that Caine is an AI excuse in the comments, because that excuse is fucking stupid. We then get a song about Caine proving how much of a dismissive, narcissistic, racist, selfish, hypocritical, pick-me man-child he is. I'm sorry, Alex Rokon and fans of the ones who's running the show. No offense, but I do not like that song. It didn't make me feel bad for Caine at all. It makes me loathe this dipshit even more. Several days passed, and the cast have came back from an adventure completely exhausted and beaten up because of Caine being a petty man-child who just can't handle valid criticism. The gang then took refuge in a cafe to rest.
You know, things were just fine here until you and Zubul came along.
Shut the fuck up, Jax. Don't you blame Pomni and Zubul for Caine's bullshit. Last time I checked, Caine is the one who chose to act like a petty bitch and drag you all into his tantrums. Speaking of Pomni, she got an idea to take down Caine by getting answers from Kinger on how to defeat the man-child once and for all. While having the bucket on his head, Kinger explains to the gang about this company called CNA, that he worked for this company, developed creative AI, and that he created Caine. I was upset at this reveal, but at the same time, Caine and Jax are worse than his actions. And I know some of y'all are gonna call me a hypocrite for jumping onto Jax's and Caine's asses for all of their fuck-ups and shitty actions, and only giving Kinger a slap on the wrist. Are three of them in the wrong for their terrible actions? Yes, but for Kinger, I will say this. At least he actually felt bad for what he has done and has regrets. Not excusing him for creating a monster, but still, he at least has regrets. Meanwhile, all of the fucked up shit that Jax and Caine has done were extremely intentional, and these two fuckers felt no remorse for what they have done. So, Jax and Caine are worst. Anyway, Kinger comes up with a plan to gain control of Caine with the computer's help to do that. While Kinger is hiding in the cafe and the rest of the cast are distracting Caine, Pomni goes to the exit to get it. Once she gets the computer, Pomni heads into Kinger's fort to give it to him. Now with the computer, Kinger can now use it to control Caine, and Pomni thanks her father for everything he's done for her and the rest of the cast. And then we get to this iconic scene that I adored a lot. Thank you, Ragazza, Zubul, Gangle, Pomni, and Jax so much for making this happen.
We think your ideas suck.
Huh?
Isn't it obvious? We wanted to bait you into testing your new ideas on us so we can make fun of them behind your back.
Ha! That's not true.
Yes, it is. You're a horrible host. You don't care about us at all. You care more about stroking your own ego than giving us anything we'd actually enjoy.
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, you're a failure. We're all gonna abstract someday. And what will you have then? Nothing.
Stop that.
And this whole stunt? Just torturing us because we hurt your feelings? Pathetic! You're like a child. What kind of all-powerful being has such a fragile ego? You never let us feel like we're at home. You don't comfort anyone when they're upset, and you never bother to understand what it's like in our shoes.
You discourage us from thinking outside the box and doing things our own way.
You lie to us constantly.
And on top of it all, you just don't listen.
Preaches! Speak your truths! This is what I need to see. This is what I need to hear. It's about damn time somebody gives this motherfucker a reality check that he deserves. Unfortunately, this led in Caine to give the four of them their own tortures of their fears and trauma. Pomni having evil versions of Gummy Goo and his crew attack her and try to eat her. Rakisa being forced to face her abusive mother as knives are being thrown at her, Gango being surrounded in a zoetrope of canvases with her distorted versions of her expressions before getting hit by a truck, Zubul being dragged under a mountain of limbs with mirrors aimed at them, and Jax and laughed at by silhouettes of Ribbit, Kaufmo, and Pomni, who then proceed to pull off his skin. Those scenes were heartbreaking to watch, but thankfully, Kinger saved them all by killing Caine. Happiest day of my fucking life. This episode is epic because it calls Caine out for his bullshit and rightfully portrays him as the villain here because he is the bad guy and always will be the bad guy with no redeemable qualities.